What's up, guys? So, I keep getting requests for build tutorials, right? Easy stuff. Okay. We're going to get into some of the hard stuff, but we're going to start with the basics. Because, let's be honest, if you ain't got the basics, you're never going to get a Clapton, you're not going to get an Alien. It's just not going to happen. Because even if you get the wire right, you can't wrap it. If you can't wrap it, let's be honest, it looks like crap. So, we're not going to go there. Alright. You ever get jacked up wire kind of like this, and you want to wrap a parallel, or you want to actually be able to figure out that it's wire? Okay. Couple of ways to do it. And I don't remember where I put my actual wire straightener. If you give me just a minute. They actually make one. It's by Beetlon. That's where I got mine. Got it at a craft store. There it is. Hey, real quick. This is a wire straightener. So, we've got some beginner builders here, like Tony, and I'm sure there's several others of you.
Me.
That really don't get this whole building thing. Well, let's be honest, if you can wrap string around your finger, you can build a coil. Nothing fancy about it. Okay, so I'm going to grab a pair of wire cutters. Yay, Stanley, Walmart, couple of bucks. Don't get fancy with it. You don't need $50 wire cutters. Okay. There is roughly about 6 to 8 inches of wire. Probably closer to 5. No big deal. Always cut more than you need. I know for a regular coil you don't need to straighten it. I prefer the wire straight because it makes it easier to work with. So, cut about the length of your hand, give or take. Nothing fancy. Single coil, going to be about a 0.2, maybe about a 0.25 dual coil. Okay, so snip it off, no big thing. Get the rest of that out of your way because it's just in your way. Now, 3mm screwdriver, chunk wire, right? No big deal. Here's what we're going to do, and this is where the magic actually happens. The catch is where you put your fingers. Doesn't matter if you're right-handed or left-handed. Please pay attention to where the short tail of this wire is. Okay? When you do this, you want the short tail of this wire to come up over the shoulder, this little bump right here, that one, on this screwdriver. Okay? Here's the reason. You are going to hold up here on the silver part. Okay? That's where your fingers are going to stay. You don't ever want them out here on the actual shank of this screwdriver because that means you're going to goof up where your wrap is. Remember, we talked about this when we cleaned up coils. You want them as tight together as they possibly can be. That makes sure that you don't have a harsh vape and you don't burn up your wick. Okay? So, set this in here. Hang onto it with your thumb of whatever hand. Kind of like this. You want that wire out on a really sharp angle. Okay. Now, all we're going to do is count to 6 wraps. That's it. If you want to be a purist, we're looking for 8. Doesn't matter. This is specific to the amount of resistance we're aiming for. So we want 6. Please notice I'm not on the black. Okay. If you ever watch Squidoo do this, he does this starting in a vise. Again, so his fingers are never on the shank of that screwdriver. See? I don't know if you can even see it. But there it is. Okay? My fingers are on the silver. I'm not touching the black. The only thing that touches that black is the wire. So, we're going to start. I like to go back behind first. We're going to go 1. Don't ever let go of it. Keep it as snug as you can get it. 2. 3, 4, 5, and 6. That, ladies and gentlemen, is what we call a 6-5 wrap. There are 6 full wraps, 5 half wraps. Okay? There's nothing fancy to that. You just watched it. No major emergency. Nobody's calling FEMA. Okay? Here is the trick. See this backside? See where that little tail of wire is that goes up towards the handle? Okay. Here's what we're going to do with that. This is the only time you want to touch that black. Take your hand up inside here, hang on to it. Okay? The short tail, we're going to pull it down. Rip Trippers did this really well. It's one of the few things he did really well. In my opinion, straighten this back out. This is where fingernails come into play. Snug this up. Now, remember we're going to tighten these all up together. Squeeze them in with your fingernails. That's it. Squeeze them in with your fingernails. Ladies and gentlemen, micro coil. "30 seconds. And it's faster when you're not talking, trying to do something with it. So, there you go. Micro coil. 6.5 wrap, 3mm, 26 gauge. It's all you need to do. Don't work so hard at it. Do what you got to do. That's all you need. Next time.